Hello and welcome to Love Your Business TV. Warm welcome for this week, for this week's show. We're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. So welcome to everybody. We are a tad earlier, but I think we're now bang on time. So it's now 3:30. Massive warm welcome. I'm Adrian Peck. I am an entrepreneur and owner of Better Never Stops. We deliver business advice and coaching services to entrepreneurs who run or want to run £1 million plus turnover businesses. I'm also the author of this book, which is How to Fall Back in Love with Your Business, the Entrepreneur's Guide to Rediscovering Your Mojo and enjoying every day by living your dream. I'll get the words out already. So I'm on a massive mission to help the nation's business owners and entrepreneurs to love their businesses and to fall in love with their businesses and stay in love with their businesses and get the most out of them. I'm a big believer that as business owners, you spend so much time and risk and dedication that you put into your businesses that you should really get, and you deserve to enjoy your dream and get the most out of your businesses. And if you don't love it, then my message to you is either change something and make it so you can love it, or get out and do something else, because life is far too short. So every Tuesday we host Love Your Business TV. This is our second week in now, so we're early doors, but we're going for it, and I'm loving it. In due course, we're going to bring a guest in to each week. And we're going to share some hints and tips and knowledge from those guests and business partners that I work with to help you as well. So please get in touch. You can leave live comments on the screen here, and any questions and stuff that you have. And if you want to get in touch as well, the email is adrian.peck at peckuk.com. So it's adrian.peck at peckuk.com, and I look forward to hearing from you on that. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in this screen here, and by the magic of science, that one will do. So welcome to Love Your Business TV. We are going to today's agenda is I'm going to share with you a business tip today. Our theme today is about teamwork, and it comes from our success model, which is the E for empowerment. So I'm going to go through that. We've got Love Your Business surgery. So if anybody's got any questions, any burning stuff that they want to share with us, please drop it in the comments, and we can then in the chat room, and we can then answer those questions that you have just along the chat room. And then I want you to share your success stories as well. So in due course, in the coming weeks, I want you to share your success with us and positive news about what your business is doing and the great news there. To me, the world is full of some very bad news. So let's keep it positive, and let's actually shout about the great things we're doing. So let's move on to this week, and let's look at what we're doing to cover this week. So I've been working with business owners now since 2011. I have met and worked with hundreds of business owners. And during that time, I have seen some very common things and common elements that they need to do to increase their businesses. Those businesses inevitably are sound businesses, technically sound businesses, but they get to a certain size and they kind of hit a bit of a glass ceiling. And as business owners, it's what do you do to get past that next point? And essentially, you are very experienced and you're very technically knowledgeable and very great about what it is that you do, the do part of business. But it's about having that next bit of business acumen to help you take the next steps and go further. And particularly about earning more money out of it as well. So I've developed the success model. It's based on an affinity loop, and it all starts with strategy. Then we have empowerment. We have a control panel, which is about controls and measures. We have about cash, it's about managing the cash and the finances in your business. We look at efficiency and operational efficiency. We look at separates as you standing aside from your competitors. And then we look at scale, which is good old traditional sales and marketing techniques and strategies. So today we're going to focus in on empowerment. particularly around teamwork. So that's the topic for today, and I'm going to take you through some stuff around teamwork today. So it's all about really making the most of your team. I'm going to cover really kind of why I think it's a problem for entrepreneurs and business owners, what the reasons are behind that, and then I'm going to share a solution and some different thinking for you. And then after that, I've actually got some homework for you and an exercise that you can go and do in your business in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully get some really, really great results. It's an exercise that I use with my clients that I work with, so hopefully you'll get a lot from it as well. So why is it a problem? The business owners that I work with and I've seen, the team aspect is so greatly underutilized that you don't pull all those pieces together and really, really get the best out of the business. So that's the first thing I see. One of the reasons why. The second reason why it's a problem is there's very little teamwork or collaboration done with the business. I've seen many businesses that just, and the people within it, they work in isolation and they just do their roles and that's it. And that's not the true power of a team. A true power of a team really, really works together. And it's the 1 + 1 = 3 mentality, where you use everybody's skills and attributes and they really contribute and they make something even better than you can even imagine. And that's the beauty of a great team. The third thing on there really is about frustration. And I see a huge level of frustrations, both from you as business owners and entrepreneurs, but also from your staff. You get very, very frustrated that, why doesn't Sally do this? I can't get Sally to do the roles. One of my team seem to pull together. At 5 o'clock, they're all gone. They don't care about it as much as I do. It's always kind of frustration that you're not getting the most out of your team and they're not putting the most in. But equally, when I do a lot of the work one-to-one with the team members in teams and I run workshops and stuff, the feedback all the time from the team is actually they're frustrated with the business owner or the business owners that they're not empowered enough to get on and do the stuff that they're really good at. And often they'll say to me, Adrian, I've got all these great skills, but I don't think that I'm really being utilised as much as I can, and I'm not putting as much as I want in. So there's a huge amount of frustration from both sides. So let's look at the reasons behind it, really, and what's got you to where you are today, really. And there's two key things, really. One is about traits, and the second one is about habits. Now, shock horror, I'm going to share some quite home truths with you. The common traits of an entrepreneur are two really, really strong traits. One of them is that you're a control freak, and you want to do everything yourself, and you have to, it's your baby. You have to have control of it all at all times. The second one is that you're a perfectionist, and it's a common trait across so many entrepreneurs, and that's in itself. You've got these two very contradicting things that are going to stop you being a really, really successful business. Because the only way you're going to be a successful business is by using and utilising a team and getting the most out of a team. Now, while you've got these other two traits that are holding you back, that you are a perfectionist and you're a control freak, that's going to stop you going forward. The really, really successful entrepreneurs out there learn to let go. They learn to let go, and they learn that they learn to let go and empower and delegate other people. The second part is that they learn that it's not about perfection. You will never, ever achieve perfection. Get over it. You're never going to do it. And prolific beats perfection. My company is called Better Never Stops because better never stops. And you can carry on improving your business. You'll never hit perfection. I know it myself. I'm a huge perfectionist. I'm a control freak as well. And the only way I'm growing my business is by letting go. And that's what you have to do. The third element in that reasons as well is time. As your business is growing, you've got busier and busier and busier and busier. and you yourself, you get sucked into all the day-to-day aspects of your business, and therefore you don't have time to let go. So I'm going to take you through some exercises that are going to help you let go. Okay, so that's the kind of why it's a problem and the reasons of why and why it's come about and behind it. The other one you've got is about habits. When you first started your business, you were like this guy. You were a one-man band, and you were doing everything. That's the nature of starting up, is that you have to be able to play lots of different instruments and do lots of different tasks, some of them all at the same time. And even some of your staff that you brought on in the early days are probably the same as well. They're quite good all-rounders. But that's got you so far. And a musician, a one-man band is exactly what it says. It's a one-man band. It's a soloist. If you want to really grow your business and be successful, you've got to get beyond that. What you really needed to do, and what you want to start thinking about, is about being a conductor and being the conductor of your business and not playing an instrument. If you notice from the conductor and how a conductor works, it's a great analogy for a business and teamwork, is that a conductor doesn't get involved at all. They just stand out the front and they keep the pace, the rhythm, and the whole ensemble going, but they do not get involved. You never see a conductor jumping off the stage and they're playing an instrument because John's not playing it absolutely 100% perfect. He gets to use the team and utilize the team. With an orchestra, it's made up of many different parts as well. So you've got many different sections in an orchestra. As you do in a business, you have sales and marketing, you have operations, you have finance, you have administration, you have all these different things going on. But again, the conductor doesn't get involved. Now, ironically, most conductors are actually very, very prolific and very, very good musicians. But when they get out there and they do their conducting part, they don't get involved. Now, this can work with a small business, with a small team. The conductor obviously plays and keeps that whole thing going. And then they can also scale up to huge scales of orchestra and even choirs as well. So they can bring in many different things. But they are the ones that are in control. They're setting the pace, the rhythm, and the melody of what they're doing. Now, obviously, it's a performance, so it's a little bit different from a business. But behind the scenes, the conductor's working with each section and each member of the team, making sure that they are getting that part right. They are getting the music out of how he wants it interpreted and the pace and the rhythm that he's going to set when he conducts that piece of music. So that's what I want you to think as a business owner and entrepreneur, is to start developing the mindset and the attitude and the way of working the same way a conductor is. And you've got to start extracting yourself from the business and start making it happen, if you like, using a baton, rather than actually getting involved in doing stuff. The more and more you do in your business, the less and less that you'll be able to extract yourself, and it's going to inhibit it going forward. If you can't do that, and you can't inhibit, and you are the limiting factor of business, then bring somebody else in that can do it, and you stay as part of the team and doing it. And I've seen it being done before as well. So I've got an exercise for you, and the exercise, I do this with many of my clients, and I call it the 25-day exercise, because actually in the root of it is about getting 25 extra working days a year out of your working week. And it's simply by saving 1 hour a day will give you 25 working hours, 25 working days a year extra time. And it's all about saving 1 hour a day. So what I want you to do, and the whole exercise is about you keeping a diary. I want you to keep a diary for at least a week. I've actually got a worksheet which I'll share with you at the end of this as well. I'll put a link on the various different formats for you to have it. It's a simple sheet that's going to, it's got a column in there for what the task is, how long you spend doing it, how important with it, and I want you to mark each task as well, whether you had to do it, you could have got somebody else to do it, or actually did it really need doing at all? And at the end of the week, you can then start evaluating your time, and what you've really spent your time during that week, and how many of those tasks you could actually given out to other people. So at the end of the week, you can evaluate what it does. You can evaluate how much time you spent in each one of those things as well. And the next real powerful bit is then, okay, who could you get to do those tasks? Now, I know that you're going to say to me, oh, yeah, but I haven't got time to teach other people to do what I do. The problem is if you don't, you'll get stuck doing what you're doing. You have to take the time and teach other people to do what you do, because I'm sure they are more than capable of doing it. And you might be astounded about how good they are actually at doing it as well. So once you've got all your tasks together, I want you to then bring a team together and discuss it with the team, and discuss with the team who could take some of those tasks from you. And I want you to empower them to share those tasks as well, empower them to go and do those tasks. Now, they're not going to do the tasks as well as you, allegedly, but they probably do some of them better, and some of them are going to get done. That's the main thing, and they can always learn from them. So that's your task this week. Your homework is the 25-day exercise to gain an extra hour a week in your business, which is going to equate to another 25 days extra during the year. So that's the tip this week around empowerment and teamwork, and hopefully you've got some stuff from that about changing that mindset and starting to work as a conductor in your team and not one of the players. Now, I haven't seen nobody has posted any stuff on here in terms of any hints or tips, and there's no questions coming up. There's a few hellos and stuff, but nothing coming up in terms of any burning questions. One of the questions I always get bombarded with, or get questioned a lot by entrepreneurs and owners, which I will share with you, is that there's a certain level of frustration for business owners that nobody cares about my business the same way that I do. And very often it's said, and it's a frustration that business owners get because they think that, members of staff that they should do. I have a very simple response to it, really, and it's something that I've learned, particularly over my working life as well, is that they don't, and they're not going to. Sorry, but that's the raw truth of it. This is your baby. This is your business, and it's no different to a child or an animal that you have in your family. Nobody really cares about that child and that animal as much as you do, or your wife does, your partner does, or your husband does. That's what it is, and your business is very much like that. It is a baby. It's your baby. You are the one that's really, really passionate about it. You are the one that's going to have the most to lose out of it, should anything happen, and you're the one that's taking all the risks. So they ain't going to have the same. They are just not going to have the same passions about it as you are. They're not going to care about it as much as you do. What you have to do is learn to get the most out of them, but you're never going to get 100% out of them, and that's kind of the nature of it. So that's that. Hopefully that's helped you a little bit. So the next part is I want you to share your success stories, and each week I want to start bringing in people and bring your logos in. I want you to share a story about some really great stuff that's happening in your business, so we can share it with the nation, and we can start getting your brand around as well, and we hopefully start doing a little bit of networking out of it as well. You never know. So that's kind of it for me this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've got something out of it, and I'll be back on again next week at 3:30. Back to Love Your Business TV. I'm Adrian Peck. I am the entrepreneur and owner of Better Never Stops, and I'm also the author of How to Fall Back in Love with Your Business, the Entrepreneur's Guide to Rediscovering Your Mojo and Enjoying Every Day by Living Your Dream. And remember, better never stops. Thank you very much.